Welcome to the channel, Nisha Knows Best. This is a new channel that explores manifesting, conscious creating, and ridding ourselves of self-limiting beliefs that can hold us back from living the life of our dreams. If you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe button to today's topic. So today's topic is how to know when your vibration is rising. So we've already made our intentions list. We've been telling ourselves positive affirmations, staying away from these toxic ass people in our lives, visualized, meditate, and doing anything else that we can do to raise our vibration. But how do we know for sure that it's all working and that your vibration is in fact raising? Well, I'm going to share with you today five surefire ways to know that your vibration is moving on up. It was more than a decade ago when I first started studying law of attraction, so known as LOA for short, and manifesting. It was a time that I felt much less empowered. I was in a particularly low point of my life and I was attracting a lot of things that I didn't want. Some days felt pretty much hopeless and doomed to have unhappiness. And back then I blamed a whole lot of people for why things weren't going my way. Then voila! Learning about law of attraction changed my life and I lived happily ever after. Actually, that's not how anything went down at all. I've never had any difficulty visualizing or meditating. In fact, I constantly daydreamed about the life that I desired to live. I began meditating and felt like an escape from a world of madness. And LOA gave me the hope that I could one day be in control of things. The problem was that I wanted my vibration to change overnight. I just moved into a new city and my relationships were fragile and pretty much fragmented. And I was broke, meaning I had very little money. And at the time, a McDonald's value meal was too expensive for me. So I wasn't living my best life. So the first thing I like to put out there is your energy vibration attracts like energy to you. It had been a couple of weeks since I learned about law of attraction. I woke up super early one morning feeling pretty darn confident about my manifesting greatness and went to a bagel shop. While I was at the bagel shop figuring out what I wanted to order, waiting in line, a man in a business suit approached me. And he told me about some sales job he was hiring for and handed me a business card and said I should apply. He then grabbed his order from the counter and the glass door of the bagel shop slammed behind him, hopped into his red Maserati and was off. That encounter to me was such a sign. It had only been about 2 weeks of meditation and practicing the law of attraction, and seemingly good things were happening already. In my mind, I was overjoyed. I almost couldn't contain myself. I wanted to blurt out, "Everybody, I manifested that." But thankfully, I dodged that potential embarrassing encounter and just thought it to myself instead. Whatever is at a similar energy vibration to you will appear in your life. Go ahead and fast forward to 2 weeks later. Things didn't actually turn out the way I anticipated them to. Businessman wasn't really a businessman at all, and that wasn't his red Maserati he was driving. He ended up scamming me out of $500. This is why it is good to know where your vibration is. After that experience, I was like, I do not want to make any decisions, any major decisions, unless I knew my vibration was high. Higher vibrations are associated with typically positive feelings and emotions such as happiness, joy, excitement, peace. Typically negative feelings such as anger, fear, shame, and frustration would be associated with lower vibrations. Truth of the matter was, at that point in my life, my emotions were all over the place. Some days I felt good and others not so much. I had a lot of emotions that I hadn't dealt with. I also felt that my circumstances, if they were different, I would truly be happy. I was equating my vibration to all the good things that were or weren't happening in my life at the time. And so I had a desire to be happy, but I wasn't satisfied with my current reality. And I thought that I could truly be satisfied until things change for the better in my life. I also didn't expect great things to happen. And if they did, I expected them to fix my current situation. I know that a lot of you folks out there can probably relate to that. I did the work of learning who I was, confronting negative emotions, staying away from toxicity, and doing the processes to raise my vibration. And believe it or not, my vibration began to raise. And not only did it begin to raise, it stayed there. And I found clarity about what I desired in life, and good things started to happen and they continue to happen. On my journey, I learned that there are 5 ways to tell when your vibration raises, and I'm going to share those with you today. One of the first telltale signs that your vibration is raising is that you start to notice synchronicities. Synchronicities are incidents of spiritual significance, and they ask us to momentarily dampen our self-obsession and consider the possibility of the divine. Synchronistic experiences leave us with a curious sense that we should pay attention. Some examples of synchronicities are seeing repeated number patterns or angel numbers, meeting others who can further us along our journey, or experiencing deja vu. So experiencing like, oh my God, like I have experienced this before somewhere, sometime, or this is supposed to happen. All right. So number 2, we start to experience inspired action. That's my favorite because it's like the opposite of that is just not wanting to do anything at all. So inspired action is when your vibration raises and you start to desire to perform actions towards your goal. So opposite of inspired action is resistance. And many times people want things to be different, but repel doing the tasks necessary to make the reality true. Inspired action is when you do something because you feel the strong inner urge to do it, like having that gut feeling. But it's not just a small action step, it's really a quantum leap towards your dream. Third thing, when your vibration raises, you will experience better moods. You are no longer on that roller coaster of emotions, and it takes more to bring your mood down. You start to notice that you're experiencing better days. You start feeling more grateful about things, people, and events in your life. Number 4, when your vibration raises, you will start to repel negativity. Negative or toxic people will start to avoid you, or you will only interact with them on their good days. You will notice that you are no longer disagreeing with people, having these petty arguments with others, getting ticked off, or easily upset by things people do or say. You will start to have minimum negative interactions with others, like no longer getting flipped off in traffic. We don't like that, right? All right, and the 5th and final way, you begin to see it in your bank account by the accumulation of money. When our vibration raises, we actually start to resonate more with what we want and able to create more of that in our lives. And who doesn't want more money, right? We have to realize that everything in life is vibration. Money has its own frequency. We have to understand that money to humans represents some type of emotion. Money usually represents freedom to most people. Freedom to travel, freedom to buy whatever they want, freedom to take care of others, and just being able to do what you want when you want. Just remember that the goal is not money, but the emotion and the desire of how you prefer to be and live. When you empower yourself and take responsibility for how you feel, money is a side effect of that goal. If you feel the emotion first, you would create that inside of yourself. When we start to actually resonate with more of what we want, we're able to create more of that in our life. So thank you so much for listening to this video. If you feel like you resonate with what we just talked about, please go ahead and comment below. How are you doing with your vibration? Do you feel like you know when you are in a better feeling mood and your vibration is raising? Comment below, let us know how you are feeling. See you next time.